So we've got this 1967 VW Beetle, and unfortunately we've run out of room to keep it inside due to all the restorations we've got. So what I'm going to do is clean up this surface rust and put some surface primer on it so that this rust doesn't get any worse. So let's get to it. So I've got this car cleaned up for the primer. So next thing we're going to do is sort this water puddle out. As you can see, all the water is just collecting up in there, which is obviously going to be causing rust. So let's drill an hole and let this water out. There we go. I've done it there because that seems to be the lowest point and where most of the water is going to be collecting. So once that water's run out, we'll be able to clean inside here up and paint in here as well to prevent as much rust as possible. So the water's cleared out now, so we'll sand that down and give that a paint as well. Just coming on to the inside, I've also drilled another 2 holes there and another one just here, because this is where all the water collects and there were a little puddle of water there. So now hopefully when I primer that should stop rust coming just like that. Right then, let's get some paint on this bug. As you can see, it's nothing special, but it will stop the rust. And there we go, 2 tins of primer later, and this car looks 10 times nicer. It's not that rusty at all, there's just a few little holes here and there, but it's nothing that we can't fix. It's very minor. Most panels are solid and look decent now. So then I think next thing we're going to do is paint the inside, and then we'll find it a spot, cover it up and wait until we've got some time to finish this car off and get it back on the road. So I'm actually going to put the 1967 VW Beetle in this spot here, so you can still do a little bit of work on it here and there. And this chassis is actually written off. As you can see, this is a body and it was in a big crash. It's got dents everywhere, so unfortunately we had to strip it, and parts have been coming in handy, taking them off as we go and using them in our projects. Right then, let's get this chassis out of the way. And before we move this chassis, just found the part that we're going to need. That chassis cover plate, once it's cleaned up, will be great just there. And this chassis is actually going to be a barger bug that I'm doing at the moment. As you can see, it's going to have these big wheels on it. We've actually had them plates put on to make it even higher. And this is the body that we'll be putting on that chassis. As you can see, it's got the barger wings on, and it'll be amazing going off-road. This is how we bought the car. I haven't done anything with it as yet. Just getting the chassis ready for it. Right then, let's move this chassis. I'm only going to move it to the side because I'm not sure what we're doing with it as yet. With it not being able to go back on the road. There we go. And I'll clean this area up. And this is where our 1967 Beetle will sit. So the engine and gearbox that were out of this car here are actually gonna be going into our barge beetle. I've put the stack of wings here, but I don't think these wings are repairable. So what I think we're going to do is, we're going to chop the sections out that are reusable to fix other ones, and then bits that are like that there, we'll just end up going to the scrapyard, so I don't think it's possible to fix that. Right then, let's get this car into its new parking position. So I've got the car into position now, so let's get a cover and get it covered up. Get some weight on the bottom of it. And there we go, that's the Beetle covered up and protected from all the elements. So the next thing I need to sort out is this Beetle just here. There's a little problem with it. It's been sat here a few weeks now, as we needed some room inside, because we obviously started to do that chassis. So this had to come out for a few weeks. But I went to start it, to move it, and it just won't start. So let's have a quick look at this. So our first problem is that the ignition is knackered and it barely works. Oh, but it's worked now. Oh, never mind, it is working. Oh yes. I really didn't expect this to work. Tried it a couple of days ago and it just wouldn't start. It was spinning over and just going round and round. Oh yes. Just fixed itself. It's a 1302 1600 engine. As you can see, it's got the flat windscreen and the big bulge at the front. Oh, I'm happy that I've started though. So I think we best move this out of the way and ideally put it inside. So let's get to it. So I've just gone over to open the shutter to see if there's any room, and it's just died on us. So let's make some room and then we'll come back to it. My plan is to move over just to the side here, which is this purple Beetle, and I think our 1302 will just fit in here quite nicely. So I'm actually going to have to push this Beetle because I've got the battery out at the moment. I've been doing some work on it ready for the VW shows, so we're going to have to push it. So I've moved the car, I think that should be just enough room. So let's get the 1302 started back up and see if it'll drive in. Right, let's give it another go. Oh yes! Oh no, the brakes have seized on. I haven't been sat outside too long and handbrake's been down as well. It'll just make sure there's nothing, just rocket wheels. Well, the hub's seized on. It's another thing we're going to have to look at now. So I've got the jack and hammer, and I think it's this wheel that's seized, so I'm going to jack it up and give it a quick As you can see, the handbrake's down. This wheel just will not move. It's weird because it is actually moving a right little bit. I think I'm going to have to get the gun and actually take the wheel off. Wow, they're tight. It's spinning again, so let's get the wheel back on. Hopefully, we'll be able to drive now. Well, that's the car in now. If you want to see any of these cars being picked up, then just look at us other videos. We've got lots of videos of pulling Beetles out. I'm going to leave this Beetle running for a little bit to let the engine charge the battery. Oh, it looks like there's actually a part off there. Look at that. Running really nice now. So one Beetle that really does look bad on the inside is this blue one here. We haven't really touched it since we bought it from London and dug it out. As you can see, all the snails and everything are still in here. We're not too sure what to do with it, because as you can see, it's actually from another country. And the problem with that is we haven't actually got a logbook for it. And there's no engine, it's just a gearbox. So we're not too sure what to do with this one. So if anyone's got any suggestions of what to do with it, then please just let us know in the comment section down below. I think what we are going to do with it, if we can't get the logbook, is buy a chassis and put all the parts onto an English chassis where we'll have the V5. If you'd like to see the video of us pulling this Beetle out, then I'll put it at the end of this video so you can all go check it out. We did actually have it covered up for a very long time, but as you can see, my cover's ripped in half. So I've decided I'm going to put this Beetle as close up to that 67 as possible. I think that should do. Enough room to open the door all the way up.
And if you haven't already considered subscribing to our channel, it's free and you'll be the first to know when we unearth more VW treasures. But wait, there's one more thing. Ring that notification bell, that way you won't miss a single adventure. And hey, while you're here, why not explore our other VW finds? We've got more stories waiting to be told. Thanks for joining us on this mystical journey. Until next time, keep those engines humming and those memories alive. Drop us a comment as we love to hear from you. Thanks for watching VW Farm.